The huge big secret that had been hidden behind the closed walls of the Misano paddock has finally begun to emerge, and the impact has immediately shaken the power map of world motorcycle racing. Toprak Razgatlioglu's name has once again emerged at the center of the hottest speculation after leaked private test data revealed something unusual, something enough to even make Ducati course begin to reassess their dominance. The test, which took place in secret, initially attracted little public attention. There was no live broadcast, no major media coverage, and even most of the other team crews didn't have full access to what was actually being tested. But as is often the case in racing, no secret can ever be completely hidden. Little by little, pieces of information began to emerge, and when put together, the picture became very clear. This was no ordinary test. Toprak was known to be testing a motorcycle configuration with an 850 cubic centimeters engine, a direction long discussed as the future of the regulations. This engine has a different character than the current 1,000 cubic centimeters, lighter and more responsive, but demanding a more precise riding style. What made this experiment even more interesting was the use of Pirelli tires, which have very different characteristics than those typically used by tire suppliers at the highest level. This is where the story begins to take a truly serious turn. But behind that calm expression, pressure was building fast. Toprak Razgatlıoğlu isn't just another rider. He is the Superbike King who walked away from the production-based world to prove he belongs at the pinnacle. For years, the paddock wondered if his aggressive, stoppy-heavy style could ever translate to the stiff, unforgiving prototypes of MotoGP. Moving to the Pramac Yamaha team for the 2026 season was a massive career risk, switching from his iconic number 54 to the rookie 7. The transition from a three-time world Superbike champion to a MotoGP rookie at age 29 is a narrative of high stakes. In the garage, whispers began spreading that Toprak wasn't just there to learn, he was there to disrupt. While the media focused on the established giants like Francesco Bagnaia and Marc Marquez, Toprak was working in the shadows of the factory. His biography is one of defiance, a rider who was once told his style was too wild for the premier class. Yet at Misano, that wildness looks suspiciously like the future. According to insiders, the Turkish rider has been obsessed with the telemetry of the new Yamaha V4 project, looking for every millisecond of advantage. But what the paddock discovered next shocked everyone. Yet the real turning point happened away from the cameras. Yamaha is currently in the middle of a technical identity crisis, racing an inline-4 engine while desperately developing a 90-degree V4 to match the power of Ducati. But at this secret Misano session, they weren't just testing a new engine layout. They were testing the 2027 regulation 850cc prototype. This move to a smaller displacement is designed to reduce top speeds and refocus the sport on rider skill and chassis efficiency. Many riders predicted a heavy struggle to adapt to the 850cc units, fearing a loss of the beast character of the 1000cc machines. However, Toprak seemed comfortable. The transition from Superbike to this lighter yet still powerful engine was not only smooth, it also resulted in consistent performance that defied logic. Telemetry showed that while the power was lower, Toprak's corner entry speed was significantly higher. He was finding lap time in places the current 1000cc machines simply cannot go. This was a direct challenge to the status quo. If the sport is moving toward lighter, high-agility machines, the established hierarchy could be dismantled in a single season. Yet this was only the beginning of a far bigger storm. Inside the garage, whispers began spreading about the rubber meeting the road. The most significant leaked detail from Misano wasn't just the engine, it was the tires. From 2027, Michelin will depart and Pirelli will become the sole tire supplier for MotoGP. For almost every rider on the current grid, this is a leap into the unknown. But for Toprak Razgatlıoğlu, this is home. Having spent over half a decade winning championships on Pirelli rubber and superbikes, Toprak possesses what some engineers call Pirelli DNA. He understands the elastic carcass and the way the front tire communicates during extreme braking better than anyone in the premier class. In the secret test, Toprak's signature aggressive riding style was even more effective with the livelier Pirelli tires on the front. This gave him extra confidence when braking hard, a key weapon that has long been his trademark. While riders like Bagnaia rely on the rock-solid stability of the current Michelin front, Toprak thrives on the movement and feedback of the Pirelli. If extreme braking and front-end control are the keys to the future, the massive technical advantage held by certain European manufacturers could be eroded overnight. But what happened after that left even his closest team members stunned. And from that moment, nothing would ever be the same for the championship leaders. The Ducati team, which had been dominating the sport with its Desmos Desai rocket, was starting to show signs of concern. The Desmos Desai is known for its strong acceleration and aero-dependent stability, but a change in engine displacement and tire characteristics could ruin that delicate balance. Leaked telemetry revealed that Toprak was not only fast over a single lap, but he was also able to maintain a rhythm throughout long-run simulations. Reports suggest that Ducati's technical department at Borgo Panigale has begun emergency simulations to see how their current aero package reacts to the Pirelli tires. The fear is real. Their dominance is built on a specific set of variables that are about to disappear. Toprak's lap times at Misano were reportedly close to the current Premier Class qualifying times, using a smaller engine and future tires. This is a staggering indicator of efficiency. Some mechanics claimed something felt off in the paddock atmosphere, a sense that the Italian era might be reaching its peak just as a Turkish storm is gathering on the horizon. However, the twist that followed would change the championship narrative entirely. What the paddock discovered next shocked everyone. Toprak wasn't just testing, he was rewriting the rulebook. Some paddock engineers have described his riding style as made for the future of MotoGP. The ability to control slides, late braking, and aggressive changes of direction, now combined with a more responsive motorcycle package, creates a very dangerous rider profile. This isn't just about a new rider in the class, it's about a total shift in how a MotoGP bike is meant to be ridden. As the 2026 season progresses toward the 2027 reset, the Misano leak serves as a warning. Was this just a good day for Toprak, or is it a true indication that he has discovered something that other riders haven't? The big questions now begin to emerge. Can this performance be replicated in real-life racing conditions against 21 other riders? How will other teams respond to this data? One thing is certain, Toprak Razgatlioglu is no longer just a rookie curiosity. He is the ghost in the machine, the rider who knew the secrets of the future before the rest of the world even realized the rules were changing. The era of pure horsepower is ending, and the era of the stop-and-go king has only just begun. But what the paddock found in the final data logs of that secret test, that is a story for another day.